Hey, yo, what's up, YouTube, man? It's your boy, Ashton Jackson, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about the Dallas Cowboys versus Philadelphia Eagles matchup on Sunday, and we're also going to be discussing the roster moves that the Dallas Cowboys did make ahead of the matchup as well. So before we hop into the video, I'd appreciate if you guys would like the video, subscribe if you're new, comment, and share my video with anyone who you think will enjoy my content. Into it, the Dallas Cowboys, they did release / waive cornerback Kyrie Elam, and in that corresponding move, they did sign Malik Davis to the active roster of Kyrie Elam. Right now, you have Savon Rowe from what he put on tape versus the Raiders, and you got Kalen Carson coming along very nicely. He played very well versus the Arizona Cardinals and played really nice versus the Las Vegas Raiders. So he's been putting up some really good matchups. Jerron Bland looked a lot better with a better defensive line, getting to the passer and disrupting the passes like that, and getting the quarterbacks to move off their mark. I believe that was really smart, and that was really key as well for the cornerbacks playing better than what they normally have been. But even when the defensive line wasn't playing that well, Kyrie Elam was getting cooked in coverage, and whether that was zone, the responsible zones he was responsible for, and things of that nature, right? Didn't making business decisions. He didn't want to come up and tackle RJ Harvey. That was one of the examples that I remember from throughout the season. But again, I hope that Kyrie Elam is able to find a roster and is able to work on his game, understand the things that he needs to work and fix on stuff, so he's able to keep his dream alive by staying in the NFL. So prayerfully he's able to figure that out. But it just, again, it didn't work in Buffalo and it didn't work in Dallas. So hopefully it works elsewhere for Kyrie Elam. But again, Malik Davis being your running back too, again, he isn't somebody that, okay, Javonte Williams can sit down for, the rest of the drive or, a few plays. I just feel like when Javonte is tired and he needs a breather, I feel like Malik Davis is going to come in. He's going to do his job. I really like Malik Davis when he first started playing for us in 2022. Then, again, football politics got in the way, which is another reason why I thought it was smart that the Dallas Cowboys got rid of Kyrie Elam, because he hasn't been playing well. As opposed to in prior regimes, he would still be playing through the ups and downs, and mainly downs, of a player that we would keep around, right? So if you're not producing on this team, Schottenheimer's keeping to his word, you will get cut or you will not be playing, things of that nature, right? So I really like what they did there. Malik Davis is going to be a solid running back too. When I am the Dallas Cowboys, and once the spring is coming up, I will be looking to upgrade running back too. So now, talking about the breakdown of this game, the Dallas Cowboys, from a injury report perspective, is very healthy right now. I believe this is the most healthy you're possibly going to look like. Hopefully, it remains this way even after Detroit or going to the Detroit game. You're very healthy as well, but we're going to find out tomorrow, right? But Jadeveon Clowney, he was questionable with the shoulder/neck injury. He was limited in practice all week. I just feel like that's mainly, veteran type of moves in terms of he's just getting a little bit older, so his body's aching and things like that. But I think he's fine. He will play. Dante Fowler, he was limited Wednesday and Thursday's practice, but it was a full go on Friday. Malik Hooker was dealing with a toe injury and a non-injury related personal thing he had to go deal with. That happened on Thursday, but he was a full participant on Friday. Dak popped up on the injury report with a hip injury. He's going to be fine. He was a full participant Thursday and Friday. Tyler Smith popped up on the injury report. He was a full participant Thursday and Friday. Solomon Thomas, it feels like he's going to play. He will be back. It looks like you're going to get Perrion Winfrey as well, somebody that we were liking in the preseason. He was stepping up and playing really decent ball for you as well. He was a full participant Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. It looks like the Dallas Cowboys will have him activated and ready to go. And for the Eagles, they're going to be without Lane Johnson. He's dealing with a Liz Frank injury, which is going to sideline him for like the next 3 to 4 weeks. So Philadelphia's going to be without their right tackle. I'll talk about the way in that the Dallas Cowboys can attack that. You got Cam Jurgens popped up on the injury report with a concussion. He didn't practice on Wednesday, was limited on Thursday, full participant on Friday. Willie Lampkin, somebody I like coming out of UNC, but he's not with Philly. He was a full participant all week for the Eagles. And Jalen Phillips popped up on the injury report with a shoulder injury, full participant Thursday and Friday, but it was limited on Wednesday. So the number one way in which that the Dallas Cowboys can win this game is they have to play their brand of football, which is starting out fast, putting 7 up first before the Philadelphia Eagles, and forcing the Philadelphia Eagles and this offense to play catch up. This is a team, for the Dallas Cowboys that have been averaging at least, 30 points a game. They're one of the top 3 teams when it comes to points. It's them, it's the Colts, and I believe it's Seattle's the other team as well. You've been putting up a lot of points. You've been doing a lot of damage this year. Let's keep it up. I understand that the Philadelphia Eagles is really good. They're 8th when it comes to in points, 17th in yards, points for every play. They're 13th. They're 20th on third down and stopping opposing offenses on third down. They're 3rd in fourth down stoppage, and they're 3rd ranked defense when it comes to opponents scoring in the red zone. So this is a really good team defensively. Dallas, you have to play a really good game, right? Another thing you have to do in this game is you have to protect Dak Prescott from this Eagles defensive line. You're going to have Jordan Davis, Carter that are going to try and disrupt passes and trying to get their hands in the passing lane and throwing lane. Same for Phillips and things of that nature. This is, again, an all-around defense, but you got to make sure you protect Dak Prescott, because this is where I believe the game can be won or lost. If you have Jalen Carter, Nolan Smith, Jalen Phillips, Jordan Davis demolish your offensive line, if they can stop the run with 4 and get to the passer with 4, and they can just drop back 7 to 8 in coverage, it's going to be a very tough day for you offensively. Also, with that, we have to establish a run game with Javonte Williams. Let's slow down this game in terms of, I don't think Philadelphia is going to be able to put up a lot of points. We're going to talk about that pretty soon. But if we are able to run the ball, have a lead, run the ball, and just control TOP, time of possession, go down there on long drives, get touchdowns, tire out that defense, and force that offense to go out there and make big plays, we're going to be, that's going to favor us more than anything. Also, Fake Fangio, he likes to play 2 high shell, cover 4, cover 2 type defense. He likes to have 2 safeties, and he likes to manipulate coverages and things of that nature, right? So if you're the Dallas Cowboys, I do feel like this secondary, if you give Dak Prescott time, this secondary can be had. And if also you're Dallas, let's put CeeDee Lamb, Jake Ferguson, and Ryan Florida, let's put them on some over routes. Let's attack this in middle. Let's attack the middle of this defense. And I feel like the Dallas Cowboys will be fine in this matchup. Again, that's really the weaknesses of this team, is the middle of the defense. In terms of, I believe you can get Zach Bond in coverage. I think you get Nakobe Dean and those guys in coverage. The weak link for me, in this secondary, Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean, Adoree Jackson is fine to scrub. The same way in which you played in week 1, attack Adoree Jackson wherever he is, whether that's George Pickens, CD. If we have Ryan Flournoy, I feel very confident and comfortable throwing the ball at Ryan Flournoy if he's matched up with a guy like Adoree Jackson. I just think Adoree Jackson for sure is a scrub. I do believe that Quinyon Mitchell is a really good corner, but you can still get at him. Again, that's about it really for the offense. Let's make sure that we're staying disciplined and we're not turning the ball over, and let's limit the penalties that we can control on the offense side of the football. Defensively, let's shore up the run. The Philadelphia Eagles haven't been that good at running the ball for most of the year. I believe Saquon Barkley had 1 game of 100 yards. He hasn't really been that great. Again, looking at their rushing statistics right now, their rush yards per play is 3.9, which ranks 25th in the league. Rush yards a game, they're averaging 17. They're 17th in the league, but rush yards a game that they're averaging is 115 yards a game. Again, this is a very middle-of-the-pack run game, and that's the reason why the Philadelphia Eagles haven't looked that great offensively as well. Although they have a quarterback that has a tough time dissecting coverages. You have a run game that hasn't been that good, and also they've been dealing with some offensive line issues as well. Their run scheme's different. They have, again, another new offensive coordinator, so they're going through a bunch of offensive problems right now, but that doesn't matter, because defensively for the Dallas Cowboys, you've been terrible for the past 11 weeks, and you just had your first complete game as a team, and your defense finally stepped up and looked decent, albeit against Raiders. That was a very much improved defense as opposed to looking the way you did against Chicago, looking the way you did against Carolina, and those teams that were looking garbage on offense and they come play your defense and they're having one of their best days statistically. So let's show up the run. Playing against the Philadelphia Eagles is forcing number one for the Philadelphia Eagles to beat you with his arm versus his legs. So let's make sure that we're stopping the run and Saquon Barkley does not have a day against you. Stay disciplining your pass rush integrity, making sure that you're not overrunning your lanes, collapse the pocket on Jalen Hurts, making sure that he's not able to extend plays and use his legs to pick up first downs, get rushing touchdowns, things of that nature, right? And with that, to contain Jalen Hurts as well, we're finally going to have a linebacker and somebody that can keep up with Jalen Hurts on that second level, and that will be DeMarvin Overshown. Let's making sure that we are having DeMarvin Overshown in spy situations and making sure that he's following Jalen Hurts every which way he goes. To attack this offensive line for the Philadelphia Eagles, two things. Quentin Williams is going to take up a double team, but I need I'm going to need Kenny Clark to beat that one-on-one assignment versus Tyler Steen. I believe that Tyler Steen can be had and will be had by Kenny Clark. And when Osa gets in there for a breather, I feel like Osa's going to go in there. He should be able to attack him as well. Also, what I'm trying to do defensively to get that matchup, let's put Donovan Ezeraku over Philadelphia's right tackle. Whoever that is, put Donovan Ezeraku on that right tackle spot. Put Jadeveon Clowney, Dante Fowler, Sam Williams on a guy like Jordan Mailata, and I feel like you're going to be fine from that perspective when it's time for the Philadelphia Eagles to drop back and pass. I feel like if you have that matchup where, you have Ezeraku, Kenny Clark on one side, Quinnen, and then Jadeveon on the other side, I feel like you're going to have a day pass rushing versus this team. Again, win the turnover battle, limit your penalties, and let's stay healthy because we got to play another game, or not we, the Dallas Cowboys. They have to play a game 3 days after tomorrow. So that's about it for the video. Hope you guys have a nice day. Stay safe, stay blessed. Bye.